The date is October 1st, 1919. It is a warm and sunny day at Redland Park in Cincinnati, Ohio. The first game of the World Series is about to begin. The dominant Chicago White Sox are set to face off against the lesser Cincinnati Reds. Excitement is palpable as the crowd of 30,000 fans anxiously wait the first pitch. What the fans do not know is that the winner of this game has already been decided. 8 White Sox players have accepted bribes from gamblers to throw the series in exchange for money. No matter how the Reds play, these 8 White Sox players will make sure that Chicago loses. The 1919 World Series was a dark time in baseball because gamblers fixed games, players accepted bribes, and fraud cast a dark shadow over the game, resulting in the permanent ban of players and the creation of new rules to bring baseball back into the light. It seems absurd, players throwing the National Championship Series, but that is exactly what happened during the 1919 World Series because people were motivated by greed. In 1919, baseball players were not paid exorbitant salaries. Despite being one of the best baseball teams in the country, White Sox owner Charles Kaminsky grossly underpaid his players. He often told his players, "You can take it or leave it," knowing that they would stay and endure whatever conditions existed. Furthermore, gambling was prevalent throughout the league. By 1915, gambling at the ballpark had become so widespread that Kaminsky posted signs at Kaminsky Park saying "No betting allowed in this park." Little did he know that his team would forever change the game by fixing the 1919 World Series. The specific facts regarding the conspiracy to fix the 1919 World Series are still debated among baseball historians. However, historians agree that White Sox first baseman Chick Gandil was the ringleader for the players. The first group of players that Gandil recruited included center fielder Oscar Felsch, third baseman Buck Weaver, and pitcher Eddie Sykott. Gandil also recruited shortstop Swade Risberg, star infield Fred McMullen, pitcher Claude Lefty Williams, and the team's best hitter, shoeless Joe Jackson. As the series started, rumors that it was fixed ran rampant. The White Sox lost the first game 9-1. The second and third games were much of the same. It was Game 4 before the White Sox finally got a victory, shutting out the Reds. Cincinnati came back to win Game 5. Game 6 was close, but Chicago won 5-4. Chicago also won the 7th game. Cincinnati closed out the series with the victory in Game 8. After the 1919 World Series, a grand jury investigated and began to question whether the White Sox had really played up to their full potential. Eddie Sykott went before the grand jury and confessed. He testified, "I must have been crazy. They wanted me to go crooked. I don't know. I needed the money. Now I've lost everything. Job, reputation, everything." Since fixing baseball games was not a crime, the 8 teammates were indicted on various counts of conspiracy, ranging from conspiracy to injure a business to conspiracy to harm their team's reputation. By October 1920, the 8 teammates were known as the Black Sox. The media blasted them for selling out baseball, and they were suspended from play for the remainder of the season as they awaited trial. In June 1921, the trial began. Since the players refused to take the stand and testify against themselves, the jury found them not guilty due to lack of evidence. Needing to combat the gambling scandal, the National Baseball Commission was replaced with a single independent commissioner. The new commissioner ruled as a dictator over baseball. The first commissioner of baseball was a federal judge named Kennesaw Landis, and he had unlimited control over baseball. No player who throws a ball game, no player that undertakes or promises to throw a ball game, will ever play professional baseball. And just like that, all 8 players were thrown out of baseball for the rest of their lives. Sports scandals are nothing new. History demonstrates that as long as competitive games exist, some people will cheat in order to make quick money. This was seen in the 1919 World Series, and it was also seen during the Boston College point-shaving scandal of 1978 and 79. During the Boston College scandal, a few players on the Boston College basketball team conspired with mob gamblers to ensure that their team did not cover the point spread. They did not intentionally lose games like the White Sox. Instead, they tried to ensure that their team did not win by the set margin. Both scandals were short-lived. Similarly, both scandals were motivated by greed and made large payoffs for the criminal gamblers, while the players who cheated earned much less than they were promised. When the Boston College scandal broke, the ringleaders were charged with conspiracy and racketeering. Unlike the White Sox scandals, where all of the players were acquitted, in the Boston College scandal, the ringleaders were found guilty and sentenced to prison. In both scandals, even the players who were acquitted were inevitably benched from professional play. No NBA team wanted a player with ties to the mob, and the MLB banned the White Sox players from all league play. As both of these scandals show, greed can harm the integrity of the game, as well as ruin the professional career of those who cheat. We need to play by the rules and learn from our mistakes if we want to avoid repeating them. The 1919 World Series went down in history as one of the worst things that happened to baseball. It is one example of the power that money has and how that power corrupts decent, hard-working people. By making an example of the 8 cheaters and working to end corruption, baseball was saved for future generations. Rather than becoming a betting game, Baseball evolved into a beloved national pastime that brings families and communities together.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.